There are an estimated 47,000 of these people in America right now. You have definitely seen one in the wild and did not know what you were looking at. You're born as the third child to two school teachers in Akron, Ohio. Your first toy is a set of magnetic letters. Other bobbies put them on the fridge. You arrange them into the phrase, describe the cognitive dissonance of a cat who believes it is a dog in the style of a 19th century naturalist. Your parents laugh. Your older sister takes a photo. That photo becomes your LinkedIn profile picture 14 years later. Your childhood is defined by questions. Other kids ask why the sky is blue. You ask a teacher to describe the sky's hue using only metaphors derived from breakfast cereals. You are 7 years old. The teacher, Ms. Henderson, age 58, tells you to go back to your seat. You are unsatisfied. You rephrase the query in your head. You ask again. If the sky were a bowl of milk, which cereal would it be, and what is the nutritional content of that decision? Ms. Henderson sends a note home. The note says you are creative. Your parents frame it. You discover the internet at age 10. Specifically, you discover the I'm feeling lucky button on Google. Other kids search for video game cheats. You type in, generate a list of the top 10 most melancholy barnyard animals ranked by potential for poetic soliloquy. The button takes you to a page about pig farming in Nebraska. You consider this a failure of the algorithm. You do not blame your prompt, you blame Google. You begin a lifelong quest to outsmart machines that are functionally just guessing. Your fate is sealed. You are 12, your family gets a new printer. It comes with a customer support chatbot. You spend 6 hours one Saturday asking it existential questions instead of printing your book report. You ask, if a machine feels no pain, can it experience joy? Please respond in haiku. The chatbot says, please ensure paper tray is loaded. You interpret this as profound. You write it down in your journal. You miss the book report deadline. Your parents take away your internet for a week. You spend the week writing prompts on paper, waiting for the day you can test them. Comment, I'm feeling unlucky, below if you've ever done this. And just like that, you reach the most insufferable period of being a prompt engineer. You're a teenage prompt engineer. Your high school English teacher assigns a 5-paragraph essay on the Great Gatsby asterisk. You turn in a 17-page document titled A Stochastic Parrot's Analysis of the Green Light, Deconstructing Symbolism through GPT-3. It includes a table comparing Daisy Buchanan to various large language model training datasets. You get a C-. You argue the grade. You tell the teacher her rubric lacks nuance. You are given detention. You use the time to draft prompts to get out of detention. Your social life is a series of failed prompts. You ask your crush to the prom by sliding a note that reads, generate a response indicating mutual interest in coordinated social dance activity on May 17th. She shows the note to her friends. They laugh. You tell yourself the prompt was too verbose. You refine it. You DM her on Instagram. Output, yes, no, ray, formal. She leaves you on read. You analyze the read receipt. You decide the optimal next prompt is silence. You have 0 dates. You have peace of mind. You discover AI image generation. You spend 43 consecutive hours creating portraits of your favorite video game characters as Renaissance frescoes depicting the ennui of late-stage capitalism. You post them to a niche subreddit. They get 7 upvotes total. One comment says prompt. You spend 3 hours crafting the perfect response, detailing your exact workflow, your negative prompts, your sampler steps. The commenter replies, KTHX. You feel a deep sense of accomplishment. You have shared knowledge. You have optimized an outcome. You go to bed as the sun rises. You apply to college with an essay entirely generated by an AI that you prompted. The prompt is 4,000 words long. It includes instructions like, infuse the narrative with the quiet desperation of a suburban photocopier repair technician who dreams of sailing. You get into a mid-tier state school for communications. You declare you are majoring in emergent media syntax. The registrar has never heard of it. They put you down as undecided. You spend your first semester prompting AI to do your homework, then prompting different AI to check the first AI's work. You are paying $40,000 a year for this. And then you become an adult with the prompt engineering genes in full bloom. You graduate, you do not get a job, you get a venture. You call yourself a prompt optimization consultant. Your business card just has your name, the word syntax, and a QR code that links to a GPT-4 playground session. Your first client is your uncle's bakery. He wants better social media posts. You spend 3 weeks crafting the perfect prompt to generate captions for photos of sourdough. The prompt is longer than the US Constitution. The captions all sound like a yoga instructor wrote them while crying. Your uncle fires you. You pivot to tech. You land a job at a startup whose entire product is an AI that summarizes meeting notes. Your title is lead conversational architect. Your desk is empty except for a notebook that says Prompt Lab in Sharpie. Your job is to improve the one prompt the entire company runs on. You have 117 different versions in a Google Doc. You argue in meetings about the semantic difference between condense and distill. Your colleagues, who are actual software engineers, hate you. They call you the word guy. You consider this a mark of respect. You believe you have achieved peak performance. You attend a prompt engineering webinar. The speaker says the key is to ask the AI to think like a specific expert. You have been doing this for years. You yell this fact into the Zoom chat. The host mutes you. You spend the rest of the webinar in a private browser tab, prompting a local AI model to generate a transcript of the webinar you are currently in, then summarizing it. The summary says, "A man speaks about prompts." You feel a profound emptiness. You have looped back to the beginning. Subscribe so you can keep crying about people you've definitely met. Dating is a series of A/B tests. Your Hinge profile bio is a human interface for curiosity, seeking a co-pilot for iterative lived experience. Swipe right for optimized outcomes. You get 3 matches in 6 months. 1 is a bot, 1 unmatched immediately. The 3rd goes on a date with you. You spend the entire dinner explaining how you could prompt an AI to write a better menu description for the salmon. She excuses herself to the bathroom and never returns. You finish both entrees. You log the experience as user testing for romantic compatibility protocols. You are alone. Your entire personality becomes the debate between chain of thought and zero-shot prompting. You bring it up at a wedding. You are not the groom, not the best man. You are a +1 of a friend of the cousin. You corner the bride's grandfather near the punch bowl. You ask him if he thinks human reasoning is inherently a chain of thought process. He is 82. He tells you about his time in the Korean War. You try to steer it back to autoregressive models. He walks away. You tell your date the interaction was rich with subtext. She calls an Uber and leaves. You decide to build your own brand. You start a Substack called The Prompt Craft. Your first post is titled "Towards a Unified Theory of Asking Nicely," a 12,000-word treatise. It gets 47 views, 32 are you refreshing the page. You start a LinkedIn newsletter. You write posts that say things like, "The CEO is just a prompt engineer for the company." Food for thought. You use the "I'm interested" button on every job posting for OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind. You get 1 automated rejection per week. You frame them as engagement from industry leaders. You attend a conference called PromptCon. It is in a hotel ballroom in San Jose. The speaker talks about the importance of pudding. Let's think step by step in your prompts. You already know this. You heckle from the audience. That's baseline. What about temperature annealing across sequential generations? Security does not remove you. The other attendees simply move away from you. You spend $800 on a ticket for this. You network by handing out your syntax cards. You collect 17 cards in return. 16 are for crypto projects. Years pass, you are 34. The AI gets better. It starts to need fewer, simpler prompts. The company hires a real machine learning engineer to fine-tune the model instead of relying on your poetic instructions. You are made redundant. Your last prompt at work is to generate your own severance agreement. You spend 3 days perfecting it. HR sends you a standard PDF they use for everyone. You sign it. You move back to Akron. You tell your parents you are taking a sabbatical to focus on foundational prompt research. You sleep in your childhood bed. Your legacy is a series of forgotten Google Docs. Your masterpiece prompt, the one to rule them all, sits in a shared drive no one has accessed in 2 years. It begins, "You are a sage of the digital ether, a whisper of latent space," and is 4 pages single space. A new intern at the old company finds it. They read the first paragraph. They laugh. They delete it to clear space. They do not feel a thing. You, meanwhile, are on Reddit arguing that AI art is not real art because the prompts lack soul. Someone replies, "Okay, word guy, tag someone who needs to hear this truth in the comments." You try to write a book. It is a manifesto. The title is The Art of the Ask, Humanity's Last Competitive Advantage. You use ChatGPT to write the proposal. You use Claude to edit it. You use Midjourney to generate the cover. You spend 6 months on this. You send it to 20 literary agents. You get 20 form rejections. One agent writes, "This feels circular." You do not understand the feedback. You decide to self-publish on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. The book sells 11 copies, 7 are to your parents, 3 are refunded. The final copy of your book is purchased by someone who leaves a 1-star review that says, "I prompted an AI to read this and it told me not to bother." You print this review and frame it. You hang it next to your childhood creative note from Ms. Henderson. You consider this a full circle moment. You have been reviewed by both a human and a machine. The machine was more direct. You feel seen. You update your LinkedIn headline to author and thought leader. You have 0 new connection requests that month. You spend your days refining a single prompt to write your autobiography. It never finishes. You are 40, the world has moved on to brain-computer interfaces. Prompting is done with a neural whisper. It is instinctual. Your life's work is obsolete. You get a job as a technical writer for a company that makes smart thermostats. Your job is to write the user manual. The instructions are press the button, turn the dial. You try to make it more elegant. You submit a draft that says initiate thermal recalibration via the tactile interface. Envision your ideal ambient reality. Your manager, Brenda, changes it back. She highlights your text in red. Brenda writes too much, just say press the button. You have found your place. You go home to your apartment. You open your laptop. Out of habit, you open a fresh ChatGPT window. You stare at the blinking cursor. The prompt field is empty. It asks, how can I help you today? You have nothing to ask. You have no optimized query. You have no chain of thought. You have no role for it to assume. You close the laptop. You look at your smart thermostat. You press the button. You turn the dial. The room gets warmer. It is a simple, perfect output. You do not need to engineer a thing. All jokes aside, these are exaggerations. Internet caricatures born on social media and spread like wildfire. Yes, the job of crafting effective instructions for AI is real and can require skill, but turning prompt engineer into a universal punchline reduces real people to a single stereotype. Most folks working with AI are just trying to solve problems, automate tedious tasks, or create new things in a changing world. Behind every meme is a real person doing their best, often just figuring it out as they go. So laugh at the absurdity of the guy arguing about chain of thought at a wedding, but remember that everyone's just trying to talk to the weird, powerful machines we've built.